Hello and welcome. Today's date comes in that of Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2020. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel, all bets, trades of the like. That's within each's own risk and their own reward. For myself, risk reward management, always job number one. And we'll take a quick look at Bitcoin and then transition into that of Theta. So way back when, at the start of we'll call it the current situation, or I call the Rudy Gobert lows, where all the markets went down pretty much on the same time on March the 14th, I think it was, 12th, yeah, 12th. And since then, what has Bitcoin done? It has been making a pattern of higher highs and higher lows, maintaining price action above the 18 average of highs, really never below it, while having its support moments within the 18. So we had before this last support moment, attempting to get up, showing strength at the 18 average of highs, but it lost that momentum and has stayed within the 18 average of lows. And this is the daily chart. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, day number 8 within the correctionary move since it failed having strength at the 18 average of highs. And really, it's been correcting ever since it came down to it on May the 10th. At that time, the band was rising, then it started to flatten, and now it's barely starting to decline. In order for it to continue to decline, well, price action is going to have to break decently below this recent established support level in at around 8,600. The next level, which hasn't been tested yet, would be this previous two-day hit number at around 8,100. The intraday move, it has Bitcoin up today, green candle up like 4%, and it's holding the hourly move pretty darn near good. As we had the breakout from the 18 average of highs occurring at 4 o'clock in the morning, a pause hour at 5, and a spectacular 2.1% up hour. And since then, it has been the multiple hours here just doing this, moving this market through time. Just a nice little sideways consolidation. Hasn't done this yet, but if it's going to need any decent price correction, this is the area of what I would consider the must hold for point A low. And whatever the point B high happens to be. We've already had a good amount of short-term resistance to this level that if it breaks above this, I don't care if the 18 touches it later or if it's at where it's at now, I see that it is correcting decently throughout this time horizon. If I look at, say, a 15-minute time frame, I can see it much clearer. I can see on the 6:30 a.m. session, it rallies, breaks down, it established support here at around 891.20, and it's been 3 different times it has been good support. Come up to this level here at 8 o'clock, not so quite. Very good move here at 11:15, but very good quick sell-off. And even on the 15-minute time frame, as I'm doing this, which is 1:43 p.m. Eastern, or 1300 hours, and then 45 minutes, just a lot of good strength right now with the 18 average of highs, that it does seem like it's poised and ready to continuation of the up move. So if you break another layer above the 1 hour time frame, then we start to talk about hitting some of this empty space in here. Or filling empty space at this level, but a good leg higher, maybe like 9,500 area or so, I would consider as a possibility of the next level of support. Weekly chart from the 2019 or late 2018 lows of 3,100, getting up to what is a lower high of 13,000 from this one, but this, of course, higher low again to this. And even lower high to this. So we got these downtrends and uptrends, and the symmetricalness that I've been talking about most certainly has yet to come to any type of conclusion. Clearly not breaking any of these non-straight resistance lines, which is, I guess, maybe better to do non-straight considering how you draw it. To me, if I can see it clearly gets above it and getting in this area is a clear break, then sure, great. And support, maybe the support of this is broken, but as long as we're making higher lows, even matching lows, then the uptrend is definitely not null and void just based on that fact there. And big breaks it above this. Yeah, it could be pretty interesting where the markets would go in fast moves. Now, Theta has had a very good move recently, getting up to 6,400 Satoshi against Bitcoin. It has now since tailed back down to 4,090. And this being the fourth test of this general area. And the first time, I guess, since I said the word first, that it got to 6,000 or it got north and it broke this level of resistance. Thus, all-time highs against Bitcoin was made by Theta. There was data before this, albeit not much, in 2018, but price action was never up to this point beforehand. other than maybe day one, which I don't like to count. Even then, I don't remember. But they went up to this high, pulled back, November 30th, 2018. Rally and pulls back. And then early 2019, multi-week rally, pull back. So far, we've had just a little bit here where we had this long period of correctionary phase. But just a couple of weeks showing strength at the 18 highs. Then we have this move here, which these levels of resistance. You show about all these videos I stated. Yeah, these are key areas you want to look out for, but breaking it, well, this was a phenomenal, even better than I was even expecting. And now we come up to this high in here, which, well, before then, well, maybe we look at Fibonacci somewhere around here. Well, obviously, all we're getting there is a shorter term level of resistance on the daily chart. We can see just beforehand. I mean, this was just a phenomenal move in itself, albeit you're looking at 2.8% and 3% up and 5% or so. But just significantly getting to these key levels, and then it's been just amazing moves ever since breaking past. I can put a line in, say, right around. There was this big level of resistance. And with the big moves, the big volume came after the break of it. As we can see that the larger volume came right around here, breaking this level of resistance at the previous, not the previous high, but a key high, the previous high in a long period of time, 1 year highs and such. And then just large moves. And even in today's intraday session, it is very wild. If we take a look at this, we'll just go right to the one. So this just makes me wonder, like, what was going on in here? Because we had, from just the wild volatility beforehand, 5,000 and change down to 4,000. And then it rallies up, little bit of a this in here, and breaking out, fast move to where we came from. But this entire run of micro volatility that just ended in here, and that's how fast it managed to make it into its move on that of the 1 minute time frame, at least the first time. You go from 4,900 change to 57. That's like 15%. You started at 611. You complete it at 641. That's a half an hour. Then as we move on to the session, just the fast moves. This is where the high comes in. The high is at 9:19 this morning. And how fast these moves can just fall. So you go from 6,400 all the way down below 5. Correct a bit and then just continue even going down. It even went down below 4. Which we can see in here. So it's lost just from the high, 6,400. Right now we're down 2,200 plus. That's over 30% down. But it's up over the decent period of time. I mean, so far for the week, it's up 5%. After it was up 98% the week before. These markets are going to have large declines. Any market for when you talk about stuff like buy the rumor, sell the news, that doesn't mean the news is bad when that exists. It can mean it's bad, but it could also mean it's good. For one way I look at this are the whales, the big money, the ones that have a lot of Theta tokens. And on the way up, it's easy to sell. And you kind of want to get, you keep on make this going up. And, well, you just put sell orders in and let the buyers come to you. But there's going to come a period of time when these buyers are just going to stop coming in. Like the reason why people are buying the rumor is because they like the rumor, they like the news. I don't even know what the news was. I mean, I kind of got the idea, but I haven't checked for any information on them. So if you're looking for that, you have to go to a different site yourself. But I do realize that the buyers are going to stop coming in. It's an obvious supply and demand moment thing that happens in all of these markets. And thus, when they need to sell, now they're going to have to sell the market down. And then of course be looking to buy it back at cheaper prices. That's what is very common with a lot of people in the investing world. Now, as far as some of this volume is concerned, we look at this on the hourly time frame. We have a decent amount of volume picking up in here. But I'm looking for high volume so I can see, and we're going back to the 14th, back when it was like 1,600, that I am seeing a microscopic amount of larger volume in here over this. We've had a lot of these peaks, and from this move, a little bit of continuation on the volume itself. But I still don't know on the intraday session, will we be able to have a decent size move to the upside after this coming soon? Higher high, matching high, lower high to the 64? I don't know. In fact, today is the first time I've actually bought in Theta in a long time. It's always been selling, selling, selling. But every single correctionary move, and I missed this one here yesterday, although I was tempted to take it. I wish I would have. And it was fast. I wasn't even fast enough to get it. But every single one of these moves just hasn't had a correction. But every time on the way up, it's sell. I guess I'm going to make a drawing tool, but sell on the way up. Sell some here, sell some here, sell some here, sell some here, sell. And then I've been buying, of course, since it's hit lower. And if it goes below this alert line in here, this will tell me that I'm going to need to look to buy some more. If this alert line comes into here, well, that means I got to sell it already. My lowest one is like 6,000, like just a lower high match. It's even not much of one. And then the rest of them are north of it. And right now, as I predicted, the Theta wallet is offline. So even, I'm kind of hoping I could just like, oh my goodness, get like so many Theta on there, because if the Theta market could come back down to like 3,000, I could just buy a bunch more. And then just what I'm trying to do is, of course, accumulate them. And yeah, I've got no choice, of course, to no way of withdrawing or deposit on the Theta or Theta Fuel off of the Binance site. I also did see that the I think it's FTX server said they're announcing a listing of Theta for today. So apparently Theta is becoming more and more popular. It's ranking in the coin market cap. It's still not, I think it's like 40th or 30th. Nothing too spectacular. I think there's a lot of upside room that can come into place. Now, as far as some Fibonacci levels, I'll be calculating this for the first time. I'll be looking at the high of 6,400, and now I have to decide which level of lows do I want. I got multiple hit lows here, which is probably where I'm going to go, around 1,025. I also got these lows in here, which is but 960. 960 coincides with this low. All of these multiple support levels here. 945 even. So I can go 945 as the low, and 1,060, or excuse me, not 6,400 as the high. And in calculation, I would take that high, and I would divide it by the low, which would give me a number near 7, to the root of 0.382, 0.618, and then these numbers here. Up target is 1.618, and the down target is negative 6.18. But I'm not looking for up or down target on this level. Albeit I can try to give you an up target after this, but I don't use this calculation for it. So therefore, we're looking at key numbers at 4,075. Basically the 4,000 and 3,000. Oh my goodness, easy to remember. Key numbers, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000. Well, as it goes, the 4,000 level, as we can see, we'll see if it's stopping this move, but so far it's been that of support. If we have longer support here, it's a key level. If we have a big rally from here, if we fall from here and fall harshly breaking this level of support, it would be a key level. That's how I'm looking at within that Fibonacci. But it also does mean if you see it breaking down below 38, it could be a fall, another 20% plus move down to 3,000 relatively fast. Just for something to do. How I like to calculate upside. Just trying, I don't know what the right way is. In fact, I realized when I noticed normal Fibonacci that they don't calculate it correct because they didn't coincide with a logarithmic chart. That I just happened to know how exponential math worked, that I thought, hey, why don't I just try it this way? And it worked out. And it worked within the formulas. So what I want to do is I want to do high of 6,400 divided by what the 38.2 is. And I'll just put 2,000 in. So 6,400 divided by 2,000 to the root of 1.618, multiply 2,000 again. And that gives me about 13,100. And that's generally the area that I was expecting, where the price would end up going on a significant break. Because to me, when I look at it, I've talked about the not so big, not so small, just right kind of moves. Well, we have this level of resistance here, which matches up again with this. So to me, and maybe I'll suppose I want to look at a better log scale. I'll be able to do this, be able to show ratio charts and do stuff like this. I got the second best package, but I will only have it for another month, a bit more. And I'm going to reduce my package. I really don't need it. And all I really need is to remove the ads and the alerts. Those are the two main things that I really use these days. I don't need to have the ratio charts, although I like having it. But anyway, I like to multiply this by 100 million. If I need to, I can always use CoinMarketCap for good log scale line charts. But as it goes, and I probably got some fib lines in here, but they're all changing, whatever. I mean, lumber up here, it looks to be about right based on the vertical move that it had from this low to this high. 10,000 is psychological, but also key level, as they've been stating. I know Bitcoin price can change this reflectively if it has a big move up or down, but the dollar number, and the dollar right now would be about that 11,000. And if Bitcoin goes to 10, it would be, well, 10,000 even. And I'm expecting that if there's any best prediction for a price on dollar where it would go, it would be a dollar, probably be a key area, Pierce Extra, $1.20, 30, 40, 60, even maybe 2, although that would be very extensive to do a 2x Pierce Extra. It's not like it's capable, which is why I'm capable of it, which is why I'm saying it. But that would be the type of general areas I would expect this move. So yeah, 12, 13,000. Starting to get above here would be like just an explosive style move. But that's what these cryptos do, as we can see just with this run, and then what happened back, of course, on this November 30th date, where it just flew up high for like a 3x move and then gave a vast majority of it back within the day and into the next few days, ended up giving it all back. And that's the question with these rallies. Is it going to hold? We're not in a dartboard rally, as I like to call it, where everything is overperforming Bitcoin and even the dollar at that. So markets are just doing their thing, pretty much going sideways, some going up, some going down. And therefore, because of that fact alone, this individual move, I think, is more vulnerable for these corrections going lower. But it would be a pickup stage for it, where, say, maybe, I'm hypothetical, of course, next week, next month, the entire class starts to go up. Well, this would be ready for more phenomenal moves going forward. Alrighty, and let's just, so now this volume here is a little bit higher. It's 2 o'clock, so the volume's going to be a little bit bigger. Maybe it's a top, maybe for intermediate term, maybe it's not, because they're known after the fact. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.